There we go. Okay. All right, we're live right now at the Big Cat Sanctuary in Sarasota. And what's this cat's name?
This is Jay.
Jay. Interesting story is they rescued these two because they're both...
We took them in as youngsters, and both of them had serious bone issues. They had lack of calcium in their bones, and their bones would break. And one of them actually had a couple of surgeries, had pins put in her hips, and our vet said she couldn't do any more, that there was very little hope for them. So a lady that buys longevity vitamins,
Longevity.
We heard about the story, we put it on their website, and they started donating the vitamin, mineral, and calcium supplements. And along with our Oasis vitamins, we actually had to keep them in small areas so they wouldn't hurt themselves. And over a 6-month period, we actually got them healthy and up and about.
Yeah, and that guy was swimming earlier, which was pretty neat. I got a picture of that.
Yeah, now they actually wrestle and tumble and fall, and they're fine. There's no problem.
See, he's licking the ball. He's not playing with it after I turn the camera on. So,
it's amazing because there was very little hope for them. They were looking really like we were going to have to euthanize because of the bad breaking bones we had.
Yeah.
But now, amazingly, they're doing great.
And one of the reasons I'm out here, Kate and Clayton, sorry about that, is we put that you guys were down at the Venice for the circus, the parade, yeah, and a lot of people had concerns that they were locked up. I started doing some research, and so I wanted to show the different side to you guys. I know there's a company out there that seems to be in competition with you, that seems to have created their own domain, 911 something, that has attacked you guys, and I think they put out a different story on you guys. Also, I think people confuse the two names. You guys are Big Cat Sanctuary. They're Big Cat Habitat, and they're Big Cat Rescue.
We're Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary. Okay. We're in Sarasota, Florida.
All right.
And she's up near Citrus, and it's a different name. They actually had a different name a long time ago, and they had some issues, so they changed the name of the place. And unfortunately, when they did that, they took they used part of our name and part of another facility in Clearwater. And so now that our name and their name is very similar, and we continuously have to tell people we are not Big Cat Rescue, we are Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary.
Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about it? You guys gave me a great tour, and when we're done with this interview, I'm going to do a walking tour. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do. I wrote something saying basically, look, if someone wants to toss them out, they're either going to kill them. These guys take them in, take care of them, rehab them, which is a good thing. Sucks that they're in the cage, but such is life. It's better than being dead.
Well, they're not actually
exactly right.
Yeah, they're not in lockdown cages all the time. We have huge, beautiful natural habitats. Every cat that likes water has a water feature or swimming pool. We're very interactive with the animals. They're always being stimulated by our caregivers and ourselves. And they're used to that, and they love doing things. They love to go places.
Well, and that's a big misconception. You know, people always, whenever they see animals like that, because it's a wild animal, immediately they say, oh my goodness, it came from the wild. And that's not true. None of the animals that you've seen at any of these facilities in the state of Florida, around the country, at circuses, zoos, none of those animals came from the wild. They're all captive bred for many generations. So the first thing they ever met after their own mother was a human hand. A human hand gave them their first bath. A human hand gave them their first bottle, played with them the first time, you know. So they love that interaction. And we, at our facility, believe in that relationship. And we believe that these animals that were born and raised in captivity deserve to have a loving relationship with their handlers and their caretakers for the rest of their lives. Other facilities don't interact with the animals. They say they want to leave them in their natural state. Well, they're in captivity. So their natural state is to get as much love and care as possible from their family around.
Now, I think somebody was confusing, and Kay tried to explain this before about this accreditation and that.
Yeah.
Kay, you were telling me great news that you actually have FWC, Florida Wildlife, and come bring
Oh, yeah,
people out here. The schools come out here. Why don't you expand upon that a little
Yeah,
bit?
we are highly regarded by Florida Fish and Wildlife and also by USDA. All of our inspections are perfect. We have a great history. We've only ever had one permit in our whole, since 1973, since they first had to require a permit.
How about violations? Have you ever had any
No.
type of violations
No.
or anything?
And you know, even if there was like a fence needs painting or something, that's not a violation.
No,
That's
no.
just a clean it up and fix it thing. And we haven't even had that. We've been very conscientious. Our facility is actually used by Florida Fish and Wildlife to show their inspectors what it should look like, how you should take care of animals. We're immaculately clean. We have a great safety record. Everything is double fenced for public and animal safety. And we have a great deal of interaction with the animals, which is important to their mental health. They need to be connected to their caregivers. They have to. They have to have a relationship because it's like our pets.
Now-
we have 150.
150, and you had now 50 cats or 150 cats?
No, almost 50 big cats.
50 big
Yeah.
cats, and you
And we
guys
have
have
a
a bunch
variety
of
of other-
turtles
We have
and
everything.
monkeys.
Primates, tortoises, birds. We have a beautiful aviary. We have petting zoo full of little cute animals.
Yeah,
On
the
holidays,
camels,
we even
the
have a
zebra.
partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah, we even have a live nativity coming up in a couple of weeks.
When is that nativity? Because
We're going to do 2 weekends. We're going to do 16th, 17th, and 18th of December, and as well as 22nd, 23rd, and Christmas Eve, 24th. Live nativity with real people and real animals.
that'll be awesome, and I didn't know about that until I came here today.
And animals are so important. It's so sad the way the world's changing, and everyone's trying to take animals out of people's lives. And you know, animals can be one of the greatest benefits in human life. They can teach your children lessons that, you know, they don't get from a video. You know, love, respect, responsibility. That comes from caring for a pet at home. That comes from having to do chores before you go to school.
Yeah.
It changes their life, you know.
Teaches them values, and you know, the other part of it is we are rewarded for doing this. We don't get paid. We're all just volunteers. But the reward for us is to see the animals thrive and be happy and healthy. And the other reward we get is to see children and seniors and all families enjoy the presence of the animals. I mean, where do you get to be so close and personal with any exotic animal?
Now, a lot of
You don't.
schools bring their kids here, right? You were telling me earlier.
We get many hundreds of field trips. We also get all the Sarasota County summer camps in the summer. We get huge numbers of them on a daily basis, and it's very educational. It teaches them about the importance of the human-animal bond and the importance of preserving these animals that are remaining in the wild. Most of the animals here are endangered in the wild, so maybe some child would make a difference in that. Maybe that one person can change the way we've been treating our animal partners.
And why don't you guys say, let's put something to bed about the whole with the parade, putting them up in the what's that called? The caged.
The parade wagon.
Yeah, the parade wagon. Now, a lot of people are
Especially-
concerned. How are you getting them in there? Are you learning them in there? You guys told me a great story about that process, and I think you're going to show a video tonight. So why don't you go ahead and talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we're definitely going to. Of course, the trailer that they're transported in was all custom built just for big cats. Specialized sprayed rubber flooring, automatic waterers in every single area. All the animals have automatic water. Jet fans throughout, depending on the temperature. We can run fans to cool or heat the animals. You know, it's it's like a giant big cat Cadillac, basically. Air ride, it's ready to go. And when transporting them, you do it safely, that's all. And we've done this for many years. That's what we know how to do. We know how to handle and transport exotic animals. So you have a transport cage, right? And facility to the other safely. You know, just like a horse trailer. When you load a horse into a horse trailer, you don't have a 20 by 40 open trailer that you just throw a horse in there and hit the highway. He would get injured. You put him in a horse trailer, you move the petition over that keeps the animals safe. They're padded, and then you can transport. And those animals, when they've been transported throughout their lives, absolutely love to go experience a new place.
And you were saying you don't use meat, sticks, or anything to get them in there. Basically, I think you said when they hear the door open, they come running.
You better get out of their way. And they absolutely, it's exciting for them. It's a night out on the town. It's, you know, it's like taking your wife to a fancy dinner. They get to go look at a moving buffet through the whole parade.
Now, are you guys going to share that on your social media page
we'll
today, and
put that
I can find it and share it too?
Yeah, we'll put, just because, you know, I've had individuals say, do they enjoy it? And, you know, after years of, here it's different at our facility. We can allow our volunteers to come and watch the animals when they're loaded and how they get transported, and they can see for themselves how the animals absolutely love it. But, you know, because of recent things, we're going to go ahead and show everybody. There's no
transparency.
No, you know, there you
show
go.
how it works.
Go. And, you know, some facilities maybe shouldn't transport animals because maybe they don't properly know how, and we might have seen a few videos on that.
And that's
so we're going to show the right way. And you know what? Maybe they'll learn something from it. It's such a shame, because if a facility like that ever asks for help, we would be more than willing to help them, because we don't do it for them. We do it for the animals.
for the animals.
And that's what it's really supposed to be about.
All right, now, before we do a little bit of a walking tour, and you guys tell me some of that great stuff you were telling me earlier, why don't you tell your website if you guys take donations? Are you a nonprofit and all that good stuff,
yeah.
so people can get that info?
We didn't go into the licensing, the accreditation.
Oh yes, let's cover that.
Because you have to be a nonprofit, you have to prove what you're doing. Number one, we are a 501c3 nonprofit. Also, we're registered with the United States Department of Agriculture under APHIS. One license since 1973, the same number every year. We qualify, we exceed all the requirements that they require, the caging, all the requirements are exceeded. And they say we do a great job.
And as far as the accreditation thing goes, I mean, people every day of the week go online and get their pet accredited as a service animal now, and they take them in the stores. I actually just got accredited. I'm actually thin, and I have a card that proves it. So, you know, it's just one of those things where somebody just came up with something that they thought would make them look a little better, you know, and the proof is in the pudding. You know, if you don't believe it, do the research.
Yeah,
you know?
go online.
Find out
it's all
about
there.
wildlife on Easy Street, and find out about what they changed and why they changed their name and what they've really done. And then look into us and go and see for yourself, because happy animals tell the truth.
So research it. Do the research.
That's it.
Don't listen to the rumors out there.
And don't listen to that phony website that just about trashes
That 911 website.
everybody in the animal industry. Excuse me, gets trashed on that website, and 90% of it is lies. So check it out. Do your homework.
Okay.
Don't take what you read on the internet as truth.
Now, how can people find out information about volunteering, donating, and all that stuff?
They can go to our website, which is bigcathabitat.org, and apply as a volunteer. And then they have to come first as a paying guest. Make sure they understand our philosophy, that we are totally in favor of humans and animals living and working and playing together.
Okay.
That's the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to take care of animals.
That sounds great. And any parting words before we start doing a walk around?
No, I think when they get to see it, that's what makes the
We
difference.
should get a little more of this. This is so
Yeah, let me.
She was taking a nap up there.
Are you napping?
Look how she's
See if we can get it.
Are you napping?
Is she can you see her napping over there?
Look, she had her eyes closed. It was hilarious.
This
See,
is what.
that's her ball. See, and she doesn't like the other cat to play with it. So if she goes and lays down and takes a nap, then she's gonna come and play with it. So she's literally it's like your bad older brother that won't let you get that extra piece of pizza.
And I have a great picture of her when she was in the water, which I thought was pretty cool. And what's that one there? That huge one.
That's a male liger.
Let me get that
he
one
looks
time on
pretty
the
awesome.
video, because
He's
that thing is huge.
yeah,
900 pounds.
Yeah, he's a big boy. His name is Brutus, and
Look at Brutus there. That thing, he
one of
is
those amazing
huge.
creatures, you know, that you don't normally ever get to see.
Let
And,
me lift it up some.
Yeah, he's really impressive. Really impressive.
All right, if you guys want to start the tour.
These are just some of our different big cat enclosures where they all get time outside. They all get to run around. They all have pools, structures to climb on, trees to stretch on, scratch their claws. we try to do the best that we can with what we've got. I mean, you know, people don't realize what goes into building an enclosure like this. You know, you don't just go on the internet and order a tiger compound.
Oh, it's not that easy?
It's just not quite like that. You know? So these are all custom built, and our crew, we actually do this ourselves because we can't really afford to have big companies come in and do it. So these pools were all done by, you know, my guys, and you know, they just have such an amazing bond with these animals. We have the best crew that we've ever had, and they love these animals so much that they really want them to have the best that they possibly can. You might see her eye when you go around that place. She's got it.
I don't know how she's sleeping like that.
Look at how cute. Look. Oh, she's got
That is pretty cool.
hilarious.
There's some lions over there. I don't know if you guys can see it on the video.
Yeah, those are our big, that's a big male African lion over there. His name is Xander.
And you guys, you know, something I found out, they cycle, you guys cycle them through here,
That's
right? The white tiger was in there
all
earlier.
day long, yep.
One thing I found out, which I didn't know, is, what's her name told me, if you neuter a lion now, they lose their mane.
Yeah. Well,
kind
of like getting married. I started thinning out right away. You know?
Eric will do that too. I hope my wife's not watching.
But anyway, this is all shaded for the public. They get to walk through here and enjoy the animals being animals. You know, this is their area, and they get to just do their thing. You know.
Yep.
And then, of course, out front we have a pasture with all our hoof stock and other animals we've taken in. We have quite a few bears here at the habitat.
See, I didn't see the bears yet. I saw the camels and
that was you were on the front side.
Zebras.
And we got all kinds of. And we're always building, we're always improving it, you know, because people forget that in many cases, a lot of these animals are a right now thing. It's kind of a rescue situation.
Yeah, you guys rescued these fish, I think your mom was telling me.
That was one of the most ridiculous rescues we've ever done. These koi fish came from Naples, Florida. And oh my good, I'd rather transport 20 tigers before I have to move 10 koi fish. We had to have an air-conditioned trailer. We had to have several generators to run the oxygen machines to pump to them. It was pretty amazing, you know. But they're here and they got a good home. And this is one of our smaller primate areas. We call it our marmoset mansion. And and these guys were private pets from people, and they get them, and you know they have them for a few years, and they love them, and then they realize that their whole house smells like monkey poo, and they don't want the monkey
actually
anymore.
get those as pets, huh?
Yeah, we've had them. We got some before from a car dealership. Had a couple of them in their front room, and just something for people to look at. And you know, they're beautiful little animals. I mean, look at them; they're absolutely gorgeous. You know. Now, if you notice, they've got their beautiful house up top. Yeah. You know, they've got a heat and air system that is ducted through each
That's what your mom was telling me, that they got we were talking about the cold weather, and she told me that they have those heating systems in the
and that's all
houses.
stuff that we come up, and it's not like a heater, it's a heat pump. So we're just pumping warm air because these are exotic animals. So you don't want to mess with their system too much. You can't hot, cold. These are, hello boys, hello my boys.
I love monkeys.
This is George and Sammy on the right.
Hey, George and Sammy.
George is a capuchin monkey, and Sammy is a spider monkey. Sammy is exceeded the natural lifespan by about 6 years already.
Your mom was telling me that a lot of your animals have longevity.
That's
which
right.
She said, like the lions, I think,
he's drinking right now
6
out
to
of his
7
little
years.
automatic. Well, look how cute. Look, he puts his little hand there and he cups it, and isn't that adorable? So these guys are the two oldest primates on the property, and as far as monkeys, and he didn't get along with the other capuchins, and he didn't get along with the other spider monkeys.
But they get along together.
And then we brought them over here to see if they like to hang out, and they love each other. It's really cute. They groom each other. They're really, really cute with each other. Hi, Rafika.
What is that guy?
Ooh, that's a ring-tailed lemur. Rafika.
Ring-tailed lemur.
Yeah. Ooh. And she's a little beautiful little female, and she actually has an issue where she can't be with the other one. She's a carrier of something, and it'll kill other. Yeah. These are Coatimundis, and they're basically like a South American raccoon, and they're little monsters, man.
Yeah, I saw those teeth, man. I'm like,
they're amazing, really.
Now, your mom told me a really interesting story about these. They're Cicada turtles?
Cicada, yep.
Cicada, and
Cicada.
they're small pets, right?
Also known as an African spur thigh. See how they got these big giant spurs here?
Yeah.
And you have to be really careful, because if you go to pick one up, And if they pull their legs in and your fingers are in there, it's amazing. They can almost rip your fingers off. They're so powerful.
Now, your mom told me, though, they're about as big as your hand. People buy them for pets. And
they're this big when you buy them at the pet store, and they eat diced up carrots and celery and little cute stuff. But within 10 years, they're that big, and 15, and next thing you know, you got a 250-pound tortoise. Look at his head. I mean, look at his head as compared to my hand.
Yeah.
Look how and these guys are really cool.
And she said that they'll know their name if you say their name.
Hello. Look, they like it. Oh, hello.
I guess they're real intelligent.
They're really neat animals. I actually love the tortoises too. They're really cool. But they go through a tremendous amount of food, you know. And who at home can buy 7 heads of romaine lettuce a day to throw in the backyard, you know? Dooney, hey buddy. Hi, my boy. How you doing, you crazy monkey man? How are you doing, Dooney? Dooney came from a private owner, somebody that wanted to have him as a pet, and he was living near her swimming pool in her backyard, and she didn't quite have the proper licensing and stuff, and somebody found out about it and reported her, and she brought Dooney here and to see if we would hold him for her to get the license, and then she just didn't end up getting her license, and Dooney became a permanent.
See, I don't think people realize that, you know, if you guys didn't take them in, that most of these animals would end up meeting their demise.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just a sad thing that sometimes, and in most cases, you know, contrary to popular belief, what you hear at many of these facilities, they always give you the sob story, you know, that this animal was abused or neglected or came from a terrible home, and that's why they took them in. But in most cases, that's not really the scenario. Who can afford to go buy a $15,000, $20,000 monkey and then neglect it?
Yeah.
You know, they buy these animals because they actually are animal lovers. And their whole life, you dreamed of having a monkey. You finally are at a place where you can afford one, and you go out and buy it. Well, then you have it for a couple of years, and you go, man, I should have never bought this monkey.
Got that monkey.
You know, so they're not, you know, like I said, it's not always a bad story. Some of them have amazing lives. They just, people couldn't continue to give them that quality of life, and now they got to find another facility. But you can see that box there, that's got a heat and air pump under it. It goes up and tees off and goes into their night houses. So every night house has heat and air to it, depending on what the temperature is out here.
Which is awesome.
These are another pair of spider monkeys here. That's Lucy and Ricky.
They were pretty active earlier, Lucy and Ricky.
We have more ringtail lemurs over here that came from a private owner. Our birds, we have, you know, people buy these big birds and they forget that they'll live, you know, 80
hundreds of years.
Yeah, and, you know, when you buy one of these big birds, you almost have to put them in your will. You know? And this is an aviary that we designed and built all of this stuff. And they all have a waterfall run, just, you know, to make it a little bird.
Oh, you know, I just started seeing people are asking questions. They want to know what your hours are when you're open.
We're open Wednesday through Sunday from noon till 4. And, you know, it's a great place to bring the family out and just have some good quality time around animals, you know. We allow you to give the bears a treat. We allow you to give the big cats a treat. See, we reward our animals for interacting with the public. So by doing that, you just make them happier. They get more exercise out of it because they get up and come over and say hello.
And what's your address here in Palmer?
It's 7101 Palmer Boulevard, Sarasota, Florida.
Yeah, and you guys, it's over by, what is that over there? Is that the Osprey?
They call it the celery fields.
Yeah, it's
a beautiful,
just east of the celery fields, you guys.
Little pigs.
Let me see if I can get up here. And
Hello,
these are
little
red.
pigs. These are African Red River hogs.
Red River hogs.
That's my little pigs right there. Aren't they gorgeous? Aren't they beautiful? We have some African porcupines in there.
I didn't even notice that guy earlier.
But they're nocturnal, so nobody ever gets to see.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, we're the only ones that ever get to see.
I didn't even see him there that before.
Our petting zoo area, this was, you know, we put this together for little kids. You know, sometimes the little kids come out and maybe one of the big cats growls a little bit and gets them a little freaked out and they don't want to go over there anymore. So now we got a place for the kids to come. And if you look at it, this was all reused stuff. We tore down a playground in town where we got that tower from. So we redid that for the goats. The concrete was a sidewalk that they tore up. And by using it in there, when the goats play on it, they actually help to sand their little hooves down so the vet doesn't have to come out as much to trim their hooves. You know,
That's
so
smart.
we're making it better for the animals and happy for public.
And you can go in there and pet.
That's right. We allow the public to go in there and look at this beautiful little bird. Isn't that just one of the prettiest things?
And
you've
he
ever
can
seen?
bite.
Oh, ate a kid last week. But
Oh, yeah?
luckily it was a big family.
These, what are these birds again? I
These are
forget.
emus. They're one of the largest flightless birds, and these guys were pets. They're hand raised. They absolutely love to get hugs and stuff. They're really, really cute. And of course, that's a polar bear.
That's a polar bear.
And, these are our two llamas, and Skittles and his mom. She has a really bad vision. She's almost blind, and but they love coming out. We let them come out to the front so they get treats from the public. And that's what it's all. You know, when little kids interact with these animals and get to love on them and hug on them, when they go home, they look into it a little bit more. They do a little research. They find out where they're from or why. You know, it's just really good for them.
I don't think we want to show it all. We want people to come here. But that's the gist of it. You guys got the bears.
Yeah,
You have a lot more lines. You want to show them that part?
Well, that's the bear. The bear.
Oh, let's go show them the bear. Yeah.
And the serval compound is pretty odd. That's our newest compound. These are our new air-conditioned restrooms that we're donated.
So
by,
you just don't have those porta johns in the snow.
Not anymore, buddy. We've moved.
You've upgraded.
Yeah, those things are about 120 degrees inside when you.
You know, I walked right by these guys. I didn't even see them.
Yeah, we have several different species of bears. We're actually in the midst of redoing our whole bear compound. You can see to the left all the beautiful rock wall and all that.
Oh yeah, so you're creating all that for
so
them?
we got to do a whole and we're building caves in the back so that they can.
Wow, how many bears do you have? I see 4.
We got about 14 big bears.
14 big bears. Look at
The
that.
largest bear at our facility down here at the end. He's probably the biggest bear in the state.
How
of
the heck
Florida.
did I miss all these bears when I walked right by here?
It's a you barely saw them.
I barely saw. Yeah.
And these guys, now we're getting down into the bigger bears. Now these are our Kodiaks down here on the end.
Wow, they're huge.
And then you can see Marty's almost 1,000 pounds. She's a chubby girl. And the big guy, oh well, he's chilling in the pool right now. But
Oh, I gotta get that. Wow, look how big that is. That's Marty?
that's Marty. That's our big Marty girl.
Is he old or she?
She is no, she's not that old. She's just a big, huge
Wow.
girl. Yeah, she's got a little junk in her stomach.
Let's see this guy over here taking a
And this
swim.
guy
Look at
is
that.
unbelievable. This is Buck.
How much food do these guys eat a day?
Ridiculous amounts, pounds and pounds of produce. The Kodiaks get a certain percentage of their diet as fish to help with their joints and their coats, and because that's where that's what they eat out there. And we're very lucky. We do get stuff donated by some of our wonderful local grocery stores. That just, these animals are eating organic produce and.
One thing we want to nip in the bud too, and I forgot to, and I don't know if Kay wants to speak to it, is you're going to have people come on and say, oh, they're in cages.
Yeah, well.
I don't know if you want to address that or.
Well, basically, if you go to Africa on safari, 80% of the time you're in a gigantic cage. The safari parks are caged in. If caging is the only way that we can keep these species alive and protect them from humans, well, then that's what we have to do. Yes, they have to be included. They're bears and they're tigers. Your family wouldn't be able to come here and experience how amazing they are if they were running around loose. We'd only get 1 or 2 visitors a year because, it's just, we try to do the best that we can with what we've got. If we had some of the funding that these other facilities had, we would have the most epic place that you've ever seen. But we give them whatever we can. We have wonderful local companies that help to come out and create the pools with us and the pump systems, and we're really lucky because there are a lot of great people out there that love animals.
Love animals.
And they really help to make a difference, and that's how places like this really get by.
Now, why don't we, what I'm going to do is, once I get back to my house, I'm going to put your link, your Facebook and everything on there. Go ahead and spit it out one more time, how to contact you, how to give donations, volunteer, and all that good stuff.
Well, the website is bigcathabitat.org. And you can find out basically, everything you need to know on there. Big Cat Habitat is also on Facebook, so that's another way to watch some of the little daily things that we have going on and stuff out here.
And I will share your entering the cage thing today.
And just go see it for yourself. That's the main thing to do, is experience it for yourself. And if the animals are fat and happy and healthy, then you know that's what you want to see. You want to see happy animals. You
And
know?
that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, well, thanks a lot for having me out here. This was pretty good, and I think that's it for now.
All right.
All right, thank you guys. I'm going to end this live shot.